It's less about diminishing these emotions altogether and more about acknowledging them and saying, I got you, but I'm going to do this thing anyway.
One of the things that I'm still learning how to do is be confident in front of crowds. So you were saying that you used to be a shy guy, and I was as well growing up. For a guy that's spoken at 65 different conferences at like varying degrees of crowds and audiences, what is like a tip that you give someone if they're starting this journey into being this shy person and trying to come out of their box?
There's a few fundamental tips that I'll give that has helped me. The first is it's not about you. It's about the people that you're serving who have taken the time to be there in the room or in that moment. If it's a live stream, they are there and they could be anywhere else, but they're in front of you wanting to hear something that they feel that you can help them with. A lot of people get caught up in, and I saw someone post about this recently. She was saying something about, hey, I need some help. If anyone can tag any coaches, speaking coaches or workshop facilitating help, people that can help with that public speaking side of things, because I look awkward when I'm in front of the camera. That is an important part, having presentation skills. But in my mind, it's less about how your hair looks, what you're wearing, what color t-shirt you're wearing. You know, if you sound awkward to you, it's less about critiquing that and more about asking yourself, what is it that I am sharing that could be valuable enough for these people? The exchange is that. It's not about how you look or if you feel that you're having an awkward presence. I think that's natural to feel some level of awkwardness because we have the demons in our head that make us feel anxious or nervous, because those voices I've found are just trying to protect us, because it's usually anything that's scary is something new. And that's certainly something that I felt early on, and which leads me to my second point. So that first point, really care about the people that you're talking to. The second point I would say is around prioritizing your emotions in a way that's literally a order of prioritization. So if anxiety, fear, nervousness is on one end, there on the other end of that spectrum, there's confidence, belief, courage, bravery. Usually we get close to the event, and in that moment, it's right up there with this anxious nervousness feeling. But again, it goes back to that point about going, those is from my experience, those feelings never go away, even up to, I'm sure if I'm going to have my 100th talk, it's going to feel that there is a part of that in the mix. But what I've learned is that I'm able to prioritize those feelings less. And how I do this is I look at the feelings that are more around positivity, optimism, courage, confidence, and I put that at the front. I put that right up the front because I look and observe and listen to the voice that goes, oh, I don't know about this. Maybe you shouldn't do this. I don't know if you're credible enough to talk about this. But they're just looking after us. They're just doing their job. It's less about diminishing these emotions altogether and more about acknowledging them and saying, I got you, but I'm going to do this thing anyway. And again, if you're focusing on the people, the helping of the people, rather than how I look, how I feel, how I might be awkward looking, you've no longer anchored yourself to the reason why you're up there in the first place. And that could be as simple as a little IG story or a Instagram live or a Facebook live. It's the same thing. The moment that you remove your why, that's where you've completely derailed yourself into a place of self-sabotage and all that, because you let those other voices be the priority.